Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today I am going to read out you the book What is Religion, written by Robert G. Ingersoll. Today we are into the first chapter, What is Religion? It is asserted that an infinite God created all things, governs all things, and that the creature should be obedient and thankful to the Creator. That the Creator demands certain things, and that the person who complies with these demands is religious. This kind of religion has been substantially universal. For many centuries and by many peoples, it was believed that this God demanded sacrifices, that he was pleased when parents shed the blood of their babies. Afterward, it was supposed that he was satisfied with the blood of oxen, lambs, and doves, and that in exchange for an account of these sacrifices, this God gave rain, sunshine, and harvest. It was also believed that if the sacrifices were not made, this God sent pestilence, famine, flood, and earthquake. During all these years and by all these peoples, it was believed that this God heard and answered prayer, that he forgave sins and saved the souls of true believers. This, in a general way, is the definition of religion. Now, the questions are whether religion was founded on any known fact, whether such a being as God exists, whether he was the creator of yourself and myself, whether any prayer was ever answered, whether any sacrifice of babe or ox secured the favor of this unseen God. First, did an infinite God create the children of men? Why did he create the intellectually inferior? Why did he create the deformed and helpless? Why did he create the criminal, the idiotic, the insane? Can infinite wisdom and power make any excuse for the creation of failures? Are the failures under obligation to their creator? Second, is an infinite God the governor of this world? Is he responsible for all the chiefs, kings, emperors, and queens? Is he responsible for all the wars that have been waged, for all the innocent blood that has been shed? Is he responsible for the centuries of slavery, for the backs that have been scared with the lash, for the babes that have been sold from the breasts of mothers, for the families that have been separated and destroyed? Is this God responsible for religious persecution, for the Inquisition, for the thumbscrew and rack, and for all the instruments of torture? Did this God allow the cruel and wild to destroy the brave and virtuous? Did he allow tyrants to shed the blood of patriots? Did he allow his enemies to torture and burn his friends? What is such a God worth? Would a decent man, having the power to prevent it, allow his enemies to torture and burn his friends? Can we conceive of a devil base enough to prefer his enemies to his friends? If a good and infinitely powerful God governs this world, how can we account for cyclones, earthquakes, pestilence, and famine? How can we account for cancers, for microbes, for diphtheria, and the 1,000 diseases that prey on infancy? How can we account for the wild beasts that devour human beings, for the fanged serpents whose bite is death? How can we account for a world where life feeds on life? Did infinite goodness fashion the wings of the eagle so that their fleeing prey could be overtaken? Did infinite goodness create the beasts of prey with the intention that they should devour the weak and helpless? Did infinite goodness create the countless worthless living things that breed within and feed upon the flesh of higher forms? Did infinite wisdom intentionally produce the microscopic beasts that feed upon the optic nerve? Think of blinding a man to satisfy the appetite of a microbe. Think of life feeding on life. Think of the victims. Think of the Niagara of blood pouring over the precipice of cruelty. In view of these facts, what, after all, is religion? It is fear. Fear builds the altar and offers the sacrifice. Fear erects the cathedral and bows the head of man in worship. Fear bends the knees and utters the prayer. Fear pretends to love. Religion teaches the slave virtues, obedience, humility, self-denial, forgiveness, non-resistance. Lips, religious and fearful, tremblingly repeat this passage, though he slay me, yet I will trust him. This is the abyss of degradation. Religion does not teach self-reliance, independence, manliness, courage, self-defense. Religion makes God a master and man his serf. The master cannot be great enough to make slavery sweet. And with this, we end the first chapter of the book. We'll continue the second chapter in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to this channel Positive Atheism and activate the bell icon.